So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is a live show with live peoples. It's recorded for Ustream.tv and also for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. I've photocopied the Star Trek competition, which is due in a couple of days actually. The 10th of December it has to be in. It has to be uploaded. It's the number 190. It's November-December 2017. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually submit anything, but because I don't do well pressure wise, but I've had a play in Derwent pencils and Prismalo pencils, and these are watercolour pencils, but I've used them dry and tried to build up colour. But I was going to do a graphitint one, and then I thought what I can show you is this particular pencil sharpener is an automatic long point, and I've had to resort to this because I can't use a blade very well at the moment and it's a bit too dangerous. And it has two ways of sharpening. The first one, now this is quite pointed, but I'll show you what it can do. If you can see the point there, it's just sticking out. It wants to go to there. But by doing that, this particular number one section here, if you can see, takes the wood off. And then if you see it turning, just knock that out of the way, you can see that's what happens. That's what we've got now. Now I would normally use that, and on the top here the black bits are actually colour, so I'm going to tap them off because I'm a tight Yorkshire lass and I am on a bit of a slant today, so all that dark I'm going to take off, and I shall pop that in a little pot, and I'm going to take all the bits out. So in here now I have the black, or the graphitint Midnight Black number 20. I have little shards from that side. So I'm going to take it to a point here, and you do this really carefully so it's like a little roller ball, and you can see the point. Oh, I'll tip that out actually. So you can see it's now not going anywhere, and by magic, look at that point. So this is the automatic long point by Coombe, and again it has 1 and 2. So you have to work really softly with this, but that's fine. I'll show you that in a second because I'm going to use this in the next video. So I have some little bits there. I'm going to tap these in with the long bits, and this is what I'm going to do with all the graphitint and then all the pencil shavings I'm going to do this with. So you can do two things. Now there's a tiny bit of wood in there, but I'm not really bothered, and the problem I've got is I haven't got any water at the moment. So there's quite a lot there. There's quite a lot of shavings. I'm going to take just a sprinkling. Just a sprinkling. And I need to put it that way up. Now I only have a water brush on me at the moment because I'm moving, so I'm going to just put a blob. We'll see what comes out. One blob there, and I'll put one blob there. Two blobs there. So I don't really want to use a water brush really. Bear with me, I'll just go behind there. Take out a little brush. I use old brushes for mixing. So as you can see, nothing much is happening. This is the first bit. Now this might not work, but it's worked before I think for me. And this is why you use an old brush, because you can really get it in. Now somebody once said, even with the expensive brushes, get mixing like this. You've paid for the whole brush, use it. But I'm a bit of a tight Yorkshire lass, so my brushes last a long time. So if you can see that now, that is the most beautiful smoke grey black. It's not quite a black, even though it's black on graphitint. And so there's one of these. I'll play with this one. So that is actually graphitint as a pencil. So it's a bit shinier. The other one is Prismalo. Now this brush isn't particularly very good, it's alright for mixing, but now I have graphitint watercolour. So all those gorgeous muted colours I now have. I mean, it's probably the wrong colour. I'll show you the different colour in a second, but that's black. But on this side, I had a stronger mix. And this is just the shavings. This is what you throw in the bin. This will work if you shave and point your near colour 2s. It will work if you do your Inktense pencils, Inktense blocks, pastels, anything that's water based. In a pencil or a crayon. And you can tell the difference of colour there. It's my practice. Now, as I said, this is a really nasty brush, and this is just photocopy paper. But you can get some really nice effects. Excuse me. So my idea is to take these little fat puddles of colour and twist them like I did with my my Ganzi Tambi watercolours, my Kirotaki Ganzi Tambi watercolours. Absolutely adored the colour. Professional watercolours, loved them. Hated the fact that the pans dripped out and difficult for me to carry. So I put them in here quite a few years ago now, and I'm pleased to say that they copied my idea and they brought out little pans. Instead of the big pans, they brought out little puddles. They even call them puddles of colour. So I intend to do that with all my pencil shavings. So that means that all my pencils will be in another little colour book. It's not wasted. I just keep adding colour, and eventually I'll get where the colour's wading away and I can just add to it and build up, build up, build up, and have a really big fat puddle of colour like here. And that's made every single pencil a watercolour, a water shade. So I've got all these gorgeous graphitint colours that will now become a watercolour. So I've got them dried in here as well, but I've also got them as a pure watercolour. And the other thing you can do with them is you can use them as a pencil. You can scratch colour and activate it later, which is what I'm doing in this book. So this is graphitint. It's a little bit of colour scratched and then it's been manipulated. And for all your dry, you have to sharpen your pencils. So if you can collect, it doesn't matter what sharpener you use, you just have to get rid of the woody bit and save the shavings. And this particular pencil sharpener is the easiest to do that with. I have to say, it is the easiest. Oopsie, avalanche. But that means that you've got all this colour. Now I would have liked to find some little wells. Now the only thing I've got which I could think of, and I did have thousands of them, but she's thrown them away, but I can keep some more, is the because I like to recycle, is that my daughter has contacts, and there's some little very shallow little capsules, and they look like tiny pans that you could fill with colour, and they would look quite good because then you could just glue them into a book, and then you could have just keep adding to it with colours and labelling them. So there's lots of ways to save it, or you can just put it on good quality sketchbook paper and use it at home, or maybe something like these postcards probably would work quite well, a bit of card. Sketchbook paper that's extra wet is the best because it doesn't absorb in, and just have your colours, or do it on a plate, or do it on a white tray, anything that you can save colour on. That will dry, and then I can reactivate it if I want to. So I thought I'd show you how to save your pencil sharpeners shavings so they don't go down the drain, because I'm a tight Yorkshire lass, and it doesn't stop you then feeling guilty because you are sharpening your pencils. So thank you for watching.